In a poor rural village nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling river lived a man who dedicated his life to teaching. Despite the odds stacked against him, he touched the lives of countless students, becoming a beacon of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. This is the story of the teacher who changed a village forever. It was in a small village called Sonepur, nestled in the heart of India, where poverty and ignorance were as common as the dust that covered its dirt roads. The village school was dilapidated, with crumbling walls and a leaking roof. Most children had to walk barefoot miles to reach it, their little bodies bearing the brunt of the rough terrain. Their parents, burdened by the weight of endless chores and financial struggles, rarely understood the importance of education. They saw it as a luxury rather than a fundamental right. Amidst this bleak landscape emerged our hero, Gopal Das, a young teacher with a heart full of dreams and a mind brimming with ideas. He was an ordinary man from an ordinary family, but his spirit was anything but ordinary. Gopal did not let the poverty around him dictate his dreams. Instead, he set his sights on making a difference in the lives of the villagers. He started by knocking on doors, talking to parents about the significance of education. But many didn't listen. They had their own battles to fight, their own problems to solve. Gopal was not deterred. He knew that change wouldn't come easy, but he was willing to fight for it. One day, he decided to take matters into his own hands. He began organizing free evening classes, gathering the children after sunset in the open air. Under the soft glow of lanterns hanging from trees, these classes commenced. It wasn't ideal, but it was a start. Gopal would teach whatever he could, using whatever resources he had. His dedication and passion were infectious, and slowly, very slowly, the children began to understand the value of education. It wasn't just about reading and writing. For Gopal, it was about opening their minds, nurturing their curiosity, and planting seeds of ambition. He taught them that education was a powerful tool that could break the chains of poverty and ignorance. The children listened intently, their eyes shining with newfound understanding. They might have been barefoot and underdressed, but they were full of dreams. Word spread about the magical evening classes in Sonepur, and soon more and more children started attending. Some came from neighboring villages, drawn by the promise of free education soon. The quiet hum of children studying filled the air, replacing the sounds of crickets and the distant call of owls. Years went by, and the students of Sonepur never forgot their teacher. They excelled in their studies, proving that they were more than their circumstances. Many went on to become doctors, engineers, teachers, and successful entrepreneurs. They returned to Sonepur from time to pay their respects to their beloved teacher, the man who had ignited the flame of learning in their hearts. Gopal, however, remained poor. He continued to live in the same small house, wearing the same simple clothes, but his spirit soared with the success of his students. He saw their achievements as his own and took great pride in knowing that he had played a role in shaping their futures. One day, a group of Gopal's former students decided to honor their teacher. They built him a new house, a testament to their gratitude for his dedication. But Gopal refused to move in. He told them that the walls of his old house held the memories of their shared struggle and triumph, and that it would be inappropriate for him to abandon it. Touched by his words, they decided to renovate his old house instead, turning it into a community center. There, amidst the creaking wooden beams and the freshly whitewashed walls, they held celebrations, sharing their success stories and giving back to their community news of the remarkable transformation of Sonepur reached far and wide, drawing the attention of government officials and education experts. They came to study the methods Gopal had used to turn round the village, hoping to replicate his success elsewhere. Gopal, always humble and unassuming, shared his techniques, which were nothing fancy. He believed in teaching children beyond textbooks, focusing on their overall development and instilling values like honesty, empathy, and perseverance. He also emphasized the importance of parental involvement and community support, stressing that education was everyone's responsibility. His methods were simple yet highly effective. He taught children in a way that was engaging and interactive. He used visual aids, storytelling, and real-life examples to make learning fun and relevant. He believed that education should not be a burden, but a source of empowerment. However, what truly set Gopal apart was his unwavering belief in the children of Sonepur. He saw potential in them even when they couldn't see it themselves. He inspired them to dream big, to aim for excellence, and to never give up in the face of adversity. His impact on the village went beyond academics. He instilled values that shaped their character. He taught them to be honest, compassionate, and responsible citizens. His influence extended to the parents and community members who gradually realized the importance of investing in their children's education. But sadly, as time passed, some of the shine wore off. Some of the children who had benefited from Gopal's teachings became consumed by their own success. They forgot the struggles they had endured and the sacrifices Gopal had made. They started to view him with indifference or even resentment, failing to acknowledge the debt they owed to their teacher. This hurt Gopal deeply. He had given his all to these children, pouring his heart and soul into their education. And now some of them seemed to have forgotten the values he had instilled in them. One day, one of the most successful students, Dr. Vikram Singh, returned to Sonepur. He was a renowned doctor, respected and admired by his peers. Yet there was a sadness in his eyes, a hollowness that no amount of success could fill. Upon meeting Gopal, Dr. Vikram confessed that he had lost his way. All his striving for success had not brought him happiness. He had become rich, but he was also dishonest, having compromised his ethics for personal gain. He asked Gopal for guidance, hoping that his teacher could help him find his way back to the path of righteousness. Gopal, with the wisdom that comes from a life well lived, embraced his student and told him that true success lay not in material possessions, but in living a life of integrity and service to others. He reminded Dr. Vikram of the values they had learned together, the importance of honesty, compassion, and humility. Touched by his teacher's words, Dr. Vikram realized the error of his ways. He resolved to make amends and use his wealth and influence for good. From that day forward, he dedicated himself to serving the poor and underprivileged, giving back to society and honoring the legacy of his teacher. And so the story of Gopal, the barefoot teacher of Sonepur, continued to inspire. It became a legend, a beacon of hope in a world that often seems too dark to dream. For in the small village of Sonepur, a teacher had dared to light a lantern and in doing so had illuminated not just the minds of his students, but the entire community, changing the course of generations to come. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, do not forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel and comment your favorite character in the comment section. The moral of this story is that education is the light that changes generations.